We're live from the television talk show Issues here in the neighborhood of the Columbus City here in Lowndes County. Having a great time as always on the television talk show Issues. I'm the executive producer and your host for the television talk show Issues, Rick Mason. And we're standing here with a gentleman who has an issue that has taken place, I guess several years ago or maybe months ago, but we're going to talk about and see what kind of issues that he's developing and has experienced here in the Golden Triangle area. Welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
How you feeling today?
Good.
Good, good. And your name, sir?
Pierre Tate.
Pierre Tate. Pierre Tate, what are one of the issues that you have experienced here in the city of Columbus?
Well, issues with police being too aggressive.
Uh-huh.
And you know, they say they supposed to protect and serve.
Okay, and when you say too aggressive, can you interact on what you're saying?
You can't talk to them.
Uh-huh.
You know, they overdo it.
Uh-huh.
You ask questions, why you being pulled over?
Uh-huh.
You know, why you searching my car?
Uh-huh.
They just take it to a whole nother level.
Okay, well, now that they have new administrations and new administrative, should I say, Chief Fred Shelton is overboard now. He's the new chief, and there might be some changes that are going to be made here in the city of Columbus. But again, it might have been a situation where you think that the officer itself might have been intimidated by the area you was in when you got stopped, or the person that got stopped. Or how do you feel about that?
I understand what you're saying on it.
Uh-huh.
You know, 'cause the environment. You see our environment.
Right.
You see their environment.
Mm-hmm.
They got swinging.
Uh-huh.
Kids can't even go to that environment, so the environment
Uh-huh.
make a big difference.
Okay.
But you still a police officer. That come with the job.
Right. Okay. Okay. Uh-huh.
You gotta have a mind frame. Now I'm a line. You know,
Oh,
I gotta
okay.
come out of it. So when you take that job of being a police officer, you get the responsibility of going into bad neighborhoods.
In other words, you got to be able to be able to accept whatever's on the table.
Exactly.
And play both sides, because
Exactly.
again, you never know how your day has been, and you never know how his day has been.
Offense and defense.
Offensive, defense, just like in
Right,
football
right,
or
right.
any kind of sport.
Any kind of sport.
Okay, and what would you like to see better here in your city, in your surrounding area, to make
I
you feel
like
safe?
We can come together and I feel like we can start a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like I talk about you, and you said something about me. If we don't come together, we ain't gonna never know what's the difference.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like we can come together in the community, because my neighborhood ain't no better than his neighborhood.
Okay.
You know
okay.
what I'm saying?
I understand.
You get people get gunned down in New Hope, and
Uh-huh.
you come over here to the slum, you know, what they call poverty area.
I understand.
So, no, I feel like everything need to be equal.
Okay. Have you tried to reach out to the authorities and let people know how you was treated, or how the individual was treated at the time that this took place?
No, I ain't had tried to reach out, but I see it happening so much.
Uh-huh. So you would just like to see things better, or
Right,
handled a whole nother way.
Like if I ask you, Rick, why you pulling me over? You ain't got to get overly abusive and talk crazy. I mean, we mean. You know,
Right.
That's how I feel.
At the end of the day.
Black or white, you know, I ain't racist. I feel like we mean.
Okay.
And I done seen them talk to
Other people.
other races, you know.
A different way.
Right. So okay, you got the black man with the hat and the hood on. So
Uh-huh.
you coming to me like, okay, now you already done judge me off what you see.
Stereotype.
Stereotype. That's
Okay.
the word I'm looking for.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
And that ain't fair. That ain't fair to our young men.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I call it repeated generation, because we do the similar thing that our granddaddies did, or we just seen our uncles did. Our environment, we watch drug dealers do this. So I mean, that's the environment.
Okay. All right.
So we don't come together and talk about it and show these young black men the way to go a different route, because they don't know. Do they know?
I understand what you're saying. Mindset.
The mindset.
Uh-huh.
They know the gun. That's what the rappers rap about the gun. You know, they go straight to the gun. If don't nobody come together and stop it and show them the way, they ain't gonna know.
Hey, we're live for the television talk show Issues here with Mr. Pierre, talking about some of the things he's experienced and some of the things that he would like to see better in his neighborhood. It's called a judgmental thing, a stereotype thing, and he's just asking for the police officers, whether it's the city or the county, to actually to give everybody a chance. Don't just try to predict what they are, what they're doing. And he's just curious about what steps should he take when he's pulled over, if somebody else pulled over, so that they can do the right thing. We'll be having the chief on the show real soon. Probably try to get the sheriff on the show as well to answer some of these questions that are taking place here in the Golden Triangle area. I'm your host and the executive producer again, Rick Mason. Stay tuned for more exciting things on the way after these commercial breaks for the television talk show. Can you look in the camera and say issues?
Issues, baby.
We'll be right back in just a moment for the television talk show, Issues. We're live on the television talk show Issues, having a great time as always on the television talk show Issues. Sitting here with a very important individual of the city of Columbus that really has been promoted as chief. He's Chief Fred Shelton in a well-deserved position that he's gotten, he's earned. He's been with the force for several years, and now he's the head man in charge. Chief, welcome to the show. How you feeling today?
Thank you, Rick. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, we're glad that you were able to take the time out to come on the show today, and we pretty much just want to get a visual of what you're trying to create with the City of Columbus Police Department now, being that you're the head guy in charge.
Rick, what I'm looking for is to bring effective, efficient, and proactive policing to Columbus, Mississippi.
Okay.
I want to make sure what we're doing is we're doing the right thing at the right time for everyone, not just the right people.
Right, not
So-
black or white, but the right people.
For the right people. So what that looks like, Rick, is that we, the City of Columbus, they're our customers.
Right.
We're service providers. We want to provide a service for them that either meets their expectation and exceed their expectation. Now, Rick, so you know that is, if I write you a ticket, Rick, that's a service. It may not be a necessary service that you like, but it's a service.
Right.
But I'm providing you a service, but you're going to be treated with dignity and respect. The other component that I'm working on very well is to make Columbus, make the whole police department a community policing philosophy, not just an individual or this. So the whole face of the police department is going to be community policing. Every officer is going to be in the community. So what you're going to see is more officers out on the street walking, talking, being inside businesses, going inside the schools, working with Park and Rec, getting out there.
In part of different
Being
programs.
a part of it. So like, hey, if you see some guys standing on the street, guess what? You call me and say, hey, Chief, I saw one of your guys, man. He was over there playing basketball with the kids.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we want to do that. That's part of that community policing piece.
That's
so
a beautiful
you hear
thing.
from me on many occasions, efficient, effective, and proactive policing.
And that's a beautiful thing, and that's, and you being the chief, being out there as well would be a great
Absolutely.
inlight to the actual people of the city.
So I like to get out there and walk around with people, because here's the amazing thing, right? So back when I was a patrolman years ago, I said, man, if I was the chief, I would do this.
I would
I was
do
the
that.
chief. So now
You got the opportunity.
I got the opportunity
to execute.
Hey, I am the chief. I
Right.
can't do that. We're
Right.
gonna do that. So if I'm gonna require my officers, I believe in this too, is that if you're gonna lead, you lead from the front. So you lead by example. So I'll be out there walking in the neighborhood, talking to folks, shaking hands. Then you're gonna see my officers walking as well.
Okay, and you spoke earlier about when you're writing citations and tickets.
Right.
We had a gentleman on the show earlier, and he was discussing, when people get pulled over, what are the steps? They do have to provide ID. I understand that.
That's right.
They do have to tell the actual individual what they're getting pulled over for, right?
Right.
What?
Yeah. Right. So, Rick, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm in the process of putting a pamphlet out that's going to say what to do when you're stopped by the police.
Great.
And so, one of the things is that, and we're teaching our officers, it's a thing called verbal judo.
Verbal judo, okay.
Verbal judo. So, we ain't going to be chopping nobody up.
Right.
But what that look like is be like, excuse me, I'll pull you over. I'll tell you, say, look, I'm stopping you, Mr. Rick Mason, for
XYZ.
Yeah, XYZ.
Yeah.
My name is Fred Shelton with the Columbus Police Department.
Present yourself.
Right, I'm
first.
presenting myself. Greet them first, like,
Right.
hey, how you doing?
Right,
Like,
right.
what's up?
Not. Yeah.
Right,
Gotcha.
with so not the aggressive style, but to walk up and say, good evening, sir, my name is Fred Shelton with the Columbus Police Department. The reason I pull you over is because XYZ.
Beautiful.
Do you have any legal justification for your action? Because one of the things that I get, of course, chief, I get all these complaints is about the way officers talk to people.
Exactly.
Right. So what happens is they say, well, he was rude, he was nasty, he didn't have no life, he didn't have no personality. We have a job to do, but however, we can do that with finesse. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's not like I have to be ugly to you or be rude to you. But then again, I tell people this will get you through a traffic stop. If you would do the 3 C's, be cooperative, compliant, and courteous.
Say that one more time.
Cooperative, compliant, and courteous.
That's the 3 C's.
The 3 C's.
3 C's.
That'll get you through. But like I said, we got to change the face of that. And so when people say that, I want my officer to be able to greet you, talk to you like, hey, like, we got a job to do. But again, it's just like one of the things that when we start talking about customer service, I like when I go to the Sprint Mart.
Right.
Lady always say,
have the best day.
Have the best day.
That's
what that do? That makes you feel good.
That makes you feel great.
You go to Chick-fil-A and you get an order, say, might I get some ketchup.
They got a certain word they say. My pleasure.
My pleasure.
My pleasure.
So why can't we bring that?
And we need you guys to cut a check for that free advertising. Go ahead, Chief.
but one of the things is that's customer service.
That is.
So if you walk into a business, how's that can help you today, sir?
Yes, exactly.
We're trying to bring our police force into that same type of vein because again, we're a customer service provider. We're gonna provide your service, but we can do that with finesse. And one of the things I tell you about Columbus Police Department is that we got body cameras.
So everything has to go.
So when they pull you over on the stop, if you say that, well, Chief Shelton, look, Officer Jones or John or whoever XYZ was.
Put a pin right there. We'll be right back in just a moment after these commercial breaks to talk about body cameras. And I'm glad that you brought that up as well because we have the ACLU in town and they was curious about what take place and what steps do you take to get information for body cameras. It's the television talk show, Issues. And we're back for the television talk show Issues, sitting here with Chief Shelton, Chief Fred Shelton, and I tell you, man, he's got a lot of things going on, and he's trying to better the community, bring the officers together with the community as well. I mean, just doing so many great things, and he has a plan, and he talked about the 3 C's, and the 3 C's stands for what?
Courteous,
cooperative,
and compliant.
And compliance. And man, I tell you, what better way than to bring a city together with those 3 obstacles there. And Chief, body cameras. We were just talking about that right before the break.
Right. The Columbus Police Department, we have body cameras. Every interaction we have with the city that's in a service-connected vein, we do body cameras. That's traffic stops, calls for service, working accidents, whatever. Our camera's on. And what I've seen over the years, and it's been a plus for us, is that I can either say it definitely happened or it definitely did not happen.
Exactly.
So what happens is it's sort of like that old Bush bean commercial. Is let us roll this beautiful bean footage. And so now what did you say happened? Well, he was just no, ma'am. Look, this is it.
There it is.
Here's
in black and white, in color, whatever.
No, it's gonna be in color.
In color, okay.
And here it is. Now, what you say happened? And then the other thing too is, Rick, if I got
it's to protect the officers,
right? It's protect. If I got an officer that's a rogue cop or that's off the chain.
Right.
Then I can reel him in. Also, we can use it. What about when I have a cop that's doing the absolute right thing?
Right.
So I can take that video and use that as a training video and say, now, see, this is where Officer XYZ, this is where you handle it. This is what I want the rest of y'all to do. This is a textbook
training tool as well.
Training tool as well.
Man, that's a beautiful thing. And what are the steps if an actual citizen wanted to get footage from something that took place, whether it's a robbery, a tragedy, death, or shooting, anything
then,
to that
of course,
nature?
you know, you the Freedom of Information Act, and the city has a policy. You have to fill out a form and request that. And we have under the Freedom of Information Act, and we have 7 days to produce that. Now, Rick, here it is, right?
Okay.
CDs cost money.
Exactly.
So you'll pay a fee, and we'll have to produce that, and we have a week to do it. But again, it's usually going to be in some type of legal vein.
Okay.
You know, there's a legal process.
And
man, I want my copy of my video. You don't have no video.
Well, I've had people, again, you know, because the show is called Issues. I had people to reach out to the show, email the show, talking about, well, it's been 7 days and I still haven't received my footage yet. What step do you take then? What step does citizen take then?
And then we have to do is look over and see what the problem is and what the situation is.
Right.
Now, of course, everything is run through our legal department.
Exactly.
Our city attorney.
Right.
If he sees something that's not within the guidelines of the law, i.e. if it's an ongoing investigation, we can't release that information till the investigation is complete.
Right, and I know Mr. Turnage myself. He's a very fair guy. Very fair guy.
Right. So I'm thinking of a particular incident where we had where a business owner was robbed here, and there was some violence in that video. Well, we don't necessarily want everybody to see that.
Right. Exactly.
So also people have to understand there's some legal reasons why we can't
Release
some video
at that point.
But however, on something like as a, because we've had people, and as you say, they'll come and say, okay, I want this video because I want to take it to court with me.
Right.
And again, so if you need to come to court with them, and Rick, we've been doing it. So we're having people, we've been playing this body camera video in courtroom too.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's out there.
Right.
So if it's available, and again, depending on the situation and circumstance, you can get a copy. We ain't got nothing to hide. So one thing.
And do you have open door policy in
Absolutely.
your office?
Open
Okay.
door, open blind. So when you walk in the police department, my office is right there when you come to the
Right.
lobby, and I got my shades open. I'm sitting in there. I got an open door policy, Rick, but I'm the one that opened the door.
That's a great thing, Chief. We're going to wrap it up in just a moment. After these commercial breaks, we're going to let the Chief tell us more about what he's planning to do with the city of Columbus. And again, if you want to email the television talk show issue, email us at issuestalkshow@gmail.com, or either give us a call at 662-386-6064 if you got an issue. We're closing it out with the Chief of Columbus, Chief Fred Shelton, and again, he's got a plan. He's got a plan, ladies and gentlemen, and we're glad to have him on the show today. Chief, can you wrap it up with us and let us know some of the final things that you would like to do to see better here in your city?
Good. And so what we're trying to change the face of Columbus. My idea, and it's a big idea.
Big idea.
Is to make the community policing model that we're going to use here, make it a model for other places. I want Columbus to stand out.
Okay.
And Columbus does stand out. We have a lot of good things going on in Columbus, and I believe that we can make it even better. So again, efficient, effective, and proactive policing. That's where we at.
Okay.
We now have a mission statement, and sometime in the future, I'll give you a copy of our mission statement.
And this television talk show issues want to keep the community updated on what's going on with the
That's
police
right.
department as well. So we want you back on the show as
And
well.
so we'll be back out there. You'll be sending us back in.
Okay.
We'll be doing the coffee with a cop. But
Okay.
guess what, Rick? We're doing coffee with a cop at. We ain't gonna be at these businesses. We come to the neighborhood.
There you go.
Rick, we come to the neighborhood.
Beautiful
so
thing.
we'll be at the fellowship hall of churches. We'll be at schools. We'll be at community centers.
That's a beautiful thing.
Because that's what
It's all about community.
It's about bringing the services that the people need to the community. They're in the community.
That's exactly right. Makes a lot of
So
sense.
let's go where they at. They don't have to come where I am.
That's right.
No,
You're not a snitch.
Yeah, I'm
You know,
not a snitch,
Yeah,
man.
somebody see you coming out.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
he just told
He's
something.
a snitch, but no.
Yeah.
But let's go where they at, because that's where the problem's at. And then people can walk to that community centers because they're in their own neighborhood. And they feel more comfortable with their neighborhood instead of coming to somewhere else, got to dress up and look out. Because I'm not dressed up today, really.
Right. You. I mean,
relax.
you're off, but you're not off.
No, yeah, right.
Yeah, because being chief of police is 24/7 job.
Yeah.
And if they wanted to contact the police department, not 911, what is the direct number to the actual?
They can call our patrol division.
Okay.
And that number is 244-3500.
100. Yeah.
That's right. 244-3500.
Give them the area code because we're only 4 states.
662-244-3500.
3,500.
And
Again,
you can
chief.
leave a message, and the secretary will get that information to you, and we'll get it to you.
Chief.
And also, we have a city website.
City website. Can you give us that as well?
That's www.thecityofcolumbusmississippi.org.
One more time.
www.thecityofcolumbus.org. One word.
One word is all together right here. Chief, can you look at that camera and say issues?
Issues with Rick.
Thanks a lot for joining the show, man. It's been a great show today. I hope you've enjoyed it. Again, we're on each and every Saturday morning on CW if you have DirecTV Channel 5 at 6:30 a.m. Set your DVRs, or Sunday night if you have cable, which is on My Mississippi Sunday nights at 10 p.m. It's a television talk show. Issues. You talking about issues? We having issues here, dealing with all types of issues that goes on in the Golden Triangle area and beyond. Sitting here with one of my homegirls, my friends, Kenya, from back in the days. Well, you're probably familiar with her from doing Sports Moms here in the Golden Triangle area, but she's in another area now. But she's made a lot of positive posts and serious posts on Facebook talking about, you know, different issues and things that take place here with your youth and, you know, the parents and this, that, and the other. Welcome to the show, Kenya. How you doing?
Finding you.
Good to see you, man. We had to wait a while, you know, for this interview. I tell you was dealing with an issue there. The reason why you just get there. Okay. Well, can you elaborate seriously on the Facebook post that you got so many views on about, you know, just issues with the youth and people taking life for granted?
I did a Facebook post because it had fell on my heart. I felt kind of bad when my mom passed. I stayed here maybe like a year after she passed, and I found myself fighting depression. It was silent. I didn't want nobody to know. I was trying to be strong for everybody else. So it came to reality that I had to get myself better. And in the process, I had to leave everything that I had started behind, which was one of them, which was Sports Mom. And I just felt like the kids, I didn't want the community, the people, the sponsors that stood behind me to say, well, you know, this is another program that was here, but now it's gone.
Right.
And I didn't want the kids to be like, you know, she came for a while, now she gone. So it went like a whole 8 months. The little kids was getting in my inbox, wondering, was we coming back? So I finally said, well, just let me make a post and let everybody know what really
the real deal.
you know, and just keeping it real and keeping it, you know, keeping honest, uncut, you know, just letting them know.
And elaborate on exactly some of the things that you said in the actual interview that you did on Facebook, the post.
Well, in the actual post, I was apologizing to the children and stuff like that, and a lot of issues with people my generation, things that conversations that would come up, why they fathers with churches, you know, going to churches and a lot of
say it. I mean, that's what we're here for.
A lot of people that's in the pulpit, that's sleeping with, having relations, and that are married, they're sleeping with people that we know that's our age.
In other words, you're saying pastors sleeping with actual members of the church.
Members of the church and people who's not in the church.
Okay.
You know, so and my thing is, everybody's human. You know what I'm saying? But when you become a pastor, you take that oath. There's a certain level you're supposed to hold yourself up because the souls you run it. Cause see, I'm a person. I'm on the outside, so I wasn't going to church every Sunday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm hearing you want me to give you my 10%, but I know you done slept with somebody that I know last weekend. I could get I'd rather go get my 10% in the community and feed a homeless person. It don't say that I have to give it to you. You know, to that the storehouse can be anybody that's who in need.
Right.
So a lot of things going on in Columbus. You know, the older ones. I got older mentors. Greta Gardner. You know, people that I can go to and I can talk to. They can uplift me and you know and not tear me down. Well, baby, you made this mistake, but you know I still love you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And have my back. You know, you need them type of people in your corner. And everybody who said they're your friends ain't your friends.
Right.
Keep your circle small. If they don't know your number, if they gotta contact you through Facebook, guess what? They're not your friends.
Right.
You know, so it's just backbiting. It was a lot of backbiting in Columbus. I went back and I looked at my Facebook. I never want to discredit the people in the community that did give that, you know, like Cologne and
the city of Columbus gave too as well.
Yes,
right?
the city of
the
Columbus.
Mayor and the city council. They gave.
The mayor, the city council. It was a tax company. M&M Tax Service, Martha Liddell. I mean, these were people that was in the community that was giving. Stefan Jones. It was, my emotions had got so on Facebook, but because I kept hearing people say white people, you know, and people.
But you had African American people giving.
Yes, I had African, sponsored, good sponsor. You know, it's just that they had to find somebody to trust with their money.
Right,
You know,
exactly,
You know,
exactly.
it's been so many gimmicks and
They've
so
been
many.
so bamboozled so many times with different organizations popping up each and every day.
And they had to find an organization that was real, and so I didn't. That's what I did want to clear up. I didn't want to discredit the sponsors that were in the community, that was from that community, that was giving. You know,
Right.
but
That's part of it. We'll be right back in just a moment for the television talk show Issues. Once again, email us at issuestalkshow@gmail.com or either give us a call at 662-386-6064. The interview was well worth the wait, but we'll be right back in just a moment. We're going to talk about an issue that took place on the coast with our two boys when they went to the mall, and it's just how God has your back when you don't know what decision to make. He makes the decision for you. Right here on the television talk show Issues. We're back for the television talk show Issues. Sitting here with one of my friends, Kenya, when she was pregnant, walking around with her last child. Rick Mason, why you always taking Kenya place? She's my friend, she's my homegirl, and she's all right with me. How about that? I call her AKA Crook, but that's just our friend word. That's what we call each other. Can you elaborate just a little bit on the situation that took place in Biloxi with your boys when they went to the mall shopping, and one of the guys looked at your sons and, you know, can you elaborate on that just a little bit?
Yeah, one of my boys, they went to the mall. It was him and his two friends, and they was in the food court. And my son, Chad, he was actually checking the guy out, and he was just looking at him because he was like he liked his swag, you know. And so the guy, his body language, I kind of teach them to, you know, be aware of your surroundings. He said they were sitting down eating at the food court, and the dude just started talking reckless, and so, you know, he looked. And the dude dropped his bags and walked outside, and his body language was like rough.
Yeah.
So he looking like, oh, he finna go fight somebody. So he comes back in and he flashed his gun. Now my son, he's 6'4". He's 6'4", 15 years old. So his other friend was like, oh, it ain't even that like that. He was like, cause you can get it. And so my son looking like, me, you know, he like me. I ain't did nothing.
Yeah.
So I always teach him to avoid confrontations, make it home. Because these days they don't care. They don't fight fair. They have pistols. So after then, he said the dude walked outside to the parking lot, and what they did was they walked another way out because to avoid the situation, because he knew he probably was going to be waiting in the park.
In other words, your boys are well trained to respect and to see trouble if it's in the way, to go the other way, not necessarily mean you scared or that you're afraid of the situation, but you're avoiding trouble.
Yes, that's the most important thing. Avoid trouble, because
trouble can come to you. You don't have to bring trouble. Trouble will bring. The devil is busy.
Yes, he is, and that comes from prayers. Mothers that's my age, I don't care what your kids doing, whether they on the right track, off the right track. Pray for your children. Prayer has power. Pray for your kids. I pray for my kids every night. We pray together. You may not be doing all the things that supposed to be Christian or correct. Just build your relationship with God. You know where your help come from. You don't owe nobody no explanation. Can't nobody judge you but God. So, you know, pray for your kids, and I'm telling you, he'll detour. When he'll detour, yes, he will.
Yeah, he'll do it.
I'm not, when I say I was depressed, down and out, I was a depressed young lady. I cried every day. I couldn't talk without crying. I laid in the bed. It's sometimes my friends didn't even know. People didn't even know what was going on. I sent my children to school. I lay in the bed all day. I was just.
You was miserable. You was just lost.
I was lost.
Yeah.
And they're saying you never know how much you need God till He's all you got.
Yes. Yeah, that's what He wants you to be, depending strictly on Him. And that's about favor, faith, and trusting in God. Yes, if you can just touch one heart, one person out there, you just never know how that can develop into something positive, because you never know who's watching, who's listening. And I mean, again, we talked about church issues. We're talking about youth issues. We're talking about all types of issues. And again, issues don't necessarily have to be anything bad, but she had a positive issue today to deliver with you. And we don't know what church she's talking about, and we don't care, but she's just giving you an example of how things go when it's right there in your face. dealing with issues. But don't necessarily, we're not saying don't trust your pastor or your preacher or your mentor. Trust in God, and He'll make sure everything come through for you. Again, can you look in the camera and say issues?
Issues.
We live at the television talk show Issues, and Kenya, boy, I tell you, I'm on a rampage. I'm looking for somebody that income tax money is all over the city, and you got it, and I want some of it. We're live at the television talk show Issues. Again, really, if you want to be a sponsor, all jokes aside, email the show, issuestalkshow@gmail.com. Either hit us on Facebook. We're looking for anybody who want to keep the ministry that we have going. This is a different type of ministry, not nothing dealing with church or something to the name. I'm a different type of media ministry that trying to get the word out to let the people know about everything that's going on up and down, inside and out. And we want to thank all of our sponsors who sponsor Issues Television Talk Show right now as a whole. We thank you so much. We'll see you next week, same time, same place for the television talk show. Point in the camera one more time and say issues.
Issues.
Rick, don't go. Please, Rick, don't go.